If kids can't sing the national anthem at the U.S. Capitol, then where can they sing it? How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Capitol Police stopping a choir of children from singing the national anthem inside of the Capitol in Washington, D.C. Now, when I first saw this video, I thought it was clickbait. Now, as I didn't really watch it, I saw a thumbnail and the caption, and it said something like, Capitol Police stop children from singing the national anthem. I'm like, no way. No way that happened. It's got to be clickbait. It's got to be fake. It's got to be phony. But then I was doing my live stream and somebody said, hey, man, you see that video of the Capitol Police stopping the kids from singing? I'm like, nah, that was real. So I looked at the video. I read an article, and sure enough, it is 100% legitimate. Now, the police say that they did not do that. They wouldn't, they're being reasonable. It's kids involved, all this, that, and the third. But the choir director says something else. Now, before I go any further, let's roll the clip in question. After we roll the clip, we're going to get into an article in which the choir director speaks out. But here's the caption of the video. It says, the Rushing Brook Children's Choir sang the national anthem in Statuary Hall. A Capitol Police officer stopped them mid-song. Capitol Police claims they did not stop the choir. The choir director tells the whole story in my exclusive interview here. We'll get to that in a minute, but first, let's look at the video. And if you want to see the full thing without my commentary, link, as always, will be in the description box. If you're on IG, visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it. Now, the kids weren't done, okay? The kids were not done. There's an officer right there. You see the officer right in the center of the frame, kind of center left, lurking. The officer may have thought, okay, at that point, they're going to stop. I'm going to just let them rock. But they did not stop. They kept on singing. And at a certain point, you're going to see the officer jump into action. So let's keep on going. So then they were told to stop right there. Now, this was completely weird because, okay, so the director, you saw what he did, says right there, they stopped singing. Now, let's go back a little bit. Remember I told you the officer, You can kind of see right there. I can't really zoom in right here, but you can kind of see the officers right here. Matter of fact, can I zoom in? Let me see if I can right quick, because I think this is pretty important. Nah, that's not it right there. There we go. Let's try to zoom that in a little bit. So let's get this here, because now you see the officer right there. Pay attention. So I'm not sure who the guy is right there with the denim or whatever on, but the officer's getting this guy to go to the choir director to instruct him to tell the kids to stop singing. So let's take a look. So I don't know what that was all about. That was completely weird. It was totally strange. People say, oh well. So the police were trying to say it was a demonstration and they don't allow demonstrations in the Capitol, all this, that, and the third. That was their excuse, right? But see, the problem with that is that the choir had permission to sing. They had permission to sing in the Capitol. So you got miscommunication going on here. All right. Somebody dropped the ball somewhere. Now, let's go over to the article and see what's happening. There's a picture of the choir. These are little kids, right? Elementary school. I'm not sure how old these kids are, but these are small kids. Probably not even middle school yet. Young kids, not high school at all, okay? There's the choir director, if I'm not mistaken. So let's look at, is there a title? So exclusive. Children's choir director responds after Capitol Police claim they did not stop kids singing the national anthem. Okay, because like I said, the Capitol Police said one thing, and the director has a different story. He's saying, well, I was told to stop the kids from singing. So it says, footage shows the Capitol Police officer directing someone to interrupt a children's choir singing the national anthem in the U.S. Capitol, yet the police claim that they did not stop the singing. The man who conducted the choir that day tells the Daily Sentinel that the Capitol Police's claim is an outright lie. Quote, I was shocked, I was dismayed, and I was stunned. David Roshbach, the founder and director of the Russian Brook Children's Choir, told the Daily Signal of the incident, which took place on Friday, May 26. I couldn't believe what was happening. That was happening. That they would stop the national anthem of all songs, which is crazy. You're in the Capitol. You're in the actual Capitol in Washington, D.C., and you're stopping the national anthem from being sung. And there's little kids singing it. What's going on? Rossbach spoke with the Daily Signal on Friday, June 2nd, describing the events of 1 week back. He said that he had secured permission. Here's the key. He had secured permission from 3 congressional offices for the choir to sing in the Capitol. He said that South Carolina Republican Representatives William Timmons and Joe Wilson had provided documents giving permission, as had the office of the House of the Speaker, Kevin McCarthy. Okay, so the Speaker of the House and then 2 South Carolina reps said, yeah, y'all can go ahead and sing. Michael Ray, founder and principal of the Ray Group and organizer of the trip, told a Daily Signal that a Wilson staffer called McCarthy's office, confirming that the choir had permission to sing. Nonetheless, the Capitol Police interrupted the performance. So you're getting permission, making confirmations, having everything done the way it's supposed to be, and you're told, nope, you can't sing. You got to get out of here. Shortly before the choir started singing the national anthem, Andrew Tremel, the visitor operations manager at the architect of the Capitol, temporarily stopped them from singing. When Ray told Tremel that the congressional offices had granted permission, Tremel talked in his earpiece and told the choir that they could start singing. So there was a little bit of interruption, miscommunication at the beginning. They said, now we get permission to be in here and sing, and then they were allowed to sing. Yet and still, here come the police, the Capitol Police, not the D.C. police. They're saying, nope, you can't sing. Although we got Kevin McCarthy, we got 2 House reps, U.S. House reps, and we have other permission right here. We can sing. All right. The Children's Choir, based in Greenville, South Carolina, had toured Williamsburg, Virginia. Shout out to Williamsburg. All right. Before coming to Washington, D.C. to tour key historical and governmental sites. The pinnacle of the trip will be a performance in the National Statuary Hall. Rossbach told the Daily Signal that the choir planned to sing 5 songs: Star Spangled Banner, America the Beautiful, My Country 'Tis of Thee, I Bought Me a Cat by Aaron Copland, and love divine, all loves excelling. Sounds beautiful to me. And shout out to the kids for having beautiful voices. And shout out to the choir director for doing the good job of, training the kids up and making them be prepared for this day. They did an amazing job from my point of view. Video of the event shows the choir singing the Star Spangled Banner, but it also shows Rosbach, the conductor, cut the singers off before they could finish the fourth verse of the song. Rosbach cut them off because a female Capitol Police officer had directed a congressional staffer to immediately stop the singing. Rosbach told Daily Signal. So I hope the police out there are not going to say, well, we didn't do it. It was a staffer. No, you told the staffer to do it and we got it on video. So what are you even saying? All right. What are you even saying? Rosbach said the female police officer insisted that the performance is considered a demonstration and that demonstrations in the U.S. Capitol are banned. She later said some people were offended, although Rosbach doubted her claim. He said the officer could not have heard from people who claimed to be offended because her time was consumed with us. All right, so that's that. They said the Capitol Police contested the claims. Recently, somebody posted a video of a children's choir singing the Star Spangled Banner in the U.S. Capitol building and wrongfully claimed we stopped the performance because it might offend someone. The Capitol Police told Daily Signal in an email statement, here is the truth. Demonstrations and musical performances are not allowed in the U.S. Capitol. Of course, because the kids are, it is kids involved. Our officers are reasonable and allowed the children to finish their beautiful rendition of Star Spangled Banner. Not quite. They ain't finished the fourth verse, did they? The police statement added, the congressional staff member who was accompanying the group knew the rules, yet lied to the officers multiple times about having permission from various offices. The staffer put both the choir and our officers, who were simply doing their jobs, in an awkward and embarrassing position. That's a bald-faced lie, Ray. The man organized the trip, told the Daily Signal. You can see clearly in the video, they literally stopped him before they finished singing the Star Spangled Banner. Okay, so there's lies going on talking about, oh, they didn't have permission, but they did have permission, all this and that. And the third, let's hear from Kevin McCarthy himself. Let's hear from the big dog up top. I think that right there would pretty much end it. Okay, that'll end it. Let me see. In a statement emailed to the Daily Signal on Friday night, McCarthy, Timmons, and Wilson, joined by Rep. Russell Fry from South Carolina, wrote, recently learned that school children from South Carolina were interrupted while singing our national anthem at the Capitol. These children were welcomed by the Speaker's office to joyfully express their love of this nation while visiting the Capitol, and we were all very disappointed to learn the celebration was cut short. We are delighted that the People's House has been reopened, particularly for our children, and we look forward to welcoming more Americans back to the halls of Congress. Key word there. These children were welcomed by the Speaker's office. So they had the permission, okay? They had the permission. So what are we talking about here? All right, so clearly they were not lying about having permission. They got the blessing of the Speaker of the House, permission from the Speaker of the House. When they started singing, there was a brief interruption, and in the earpiece, some back and forth went on. Then they realized they had permission, and they were allowed to sing. But I don't know what the deal was. It just wanted to be kind of drunk on power, kind of butthurt about patriotism, I suppose, and stop the little kids from singing. That was crazy. Like I said, again, as I close, I'm going to say this. When I first saw the thumbnail and whatnot of the video and the caption, I was like, no way. No way in the world they were stopped from singing the national anthem, but of course they were. That's totally ridiculous, and I don't want to see a thing like that happen ever again in this good old US of A, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what happened here with the Capitol Police stopping these kids from singing the national anthem, although they had permission from the Speaker of the House to sing the national anthem? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is ridiculous. Talking about, oh, we got rules. It's a demonstration. You can't sing, but we got permission. Then they said they lied about having permission. No, you got a statement from all the reps involved, the Speaker of the House, and another rep that says that they had the permission. So who's lying? We should get an apology from the Capitol Police, and they should retract their statement about these kids not having permission, because clearly they did. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.